Hey, it's September 24th, 2024. Hey, I'm just making this video for Lance, Bryce Tui, Jack Kellogg, Kyle Williams, all the guys that are part of this, hey, I'm asking you right now. I'm taking the time to communicate with you, provide you with this information, and I'm asking you to help me. I'm asking you to do the right thing, man, and bring this to an end. It's been 40, next week it's gonna mark 47 months. 47 months, hey man, I haven't even done my taxes from 2020. Hey, this is the case isn't that serious, but the circumstances is the real frustrations is. Hey, I'm gonna provide you with information. Let me know if this is any helpful to you. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna throw a lot at you at this point. So yeah, here it goes. So hey man, let me just you be the judge of it. This burden that I'm carrying about artistic, I'm going on an educated guess. This is what is being said about me. Artistic, obsessed with color, the color syndrome, right? And then, having attachment, all these shenanigans like water bottle and all this electric bike, EV bikes, whatever this is, all this, yeah. Let me start from the beginning. I was 16 years old, and who has their life figured out that, hey, I'm gonna file for a mortgage, I'm gonna increase my credit score, I was 16-year-old kid. I was playing basketball every single day and listening to music. That's all I did. These girls came to me. This is before Jenna and Jordan. This was 1 year before, about 9 months before Jenna and Jordan. And these girls came to me. They barely knew who I was. I spoke with Ashley not more than 3 times. And they knew my reputation. And excuse me for the folks that are watching this. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to give myself credit, but I'm just trying to provide some kind of understanding. But the reputation I had was kind of one of the most attractive kid in the school. That's been my reputation since, I think, I would say 6th grade, 7th grade. I had this reputation. So a lot of the girls already knew of me, but I don't usually give females attention, because if I give them attention, that allows them to have ties with me, and I don't want that. I can't please every female, right? Come on, man. So the strategy that I follow is I just do not speak with a lot of females, and also I don't give them attention. Because if you give them attention, the next day she's gonna check you out more and more, and you don't want. You're getting into a loophole of wasting your own time, and I don't do that. So I always keep it hello and goodbye relationships, and that's what I did. I mean, you can check with Brittany Belinsky, Amira, her sister, Sam, Melissa, Patty, Amira. I barely know them. They barely knew. Ask Melissa, or even Sam, or Patty, all these girls. How many times did you spoke to Golden in middle school? That will provide you with some better understanding. But listen, hear me out. I had to fight with them verbally, and I fought with them verbally over and over and over, from July 2011 to all the way to March 2012. And that is because it was control, dude. It was control. Like, if my location is being tracked from classroom to classroom, and in that classroom they had people wearing colors, obviously, and it was their responsibility on watching who did I spoke with, what happened, and then anybody I would speak with, it was like, oh my god, it was a nightmare for me. And then by November 2011, I had to make a decision. I'm like, yo, this is like not good. I have to socialize with my friends, right? So I was left with no choice but to make friends outside of school, which I did. But I'm here to tell you, like Evan, Chris, Lance, I'm here to tell you this, because time reveals the truth, right? They benefited nothing by getting involved with me. It was total control. Just like now, total control, because you're tracking someone's location and then getting involved with every one of their communication. And I was by February and March of 2011, it was like, yo, this is not good. And I didn't know what to do. I was 16 years old, and I'm like, wait a minute, I never dealt with any conflict before, So I'm providing you all this information. You be the judge of it, But I remember I kept it silent from November 2010 all the way to July 2011. Finally, I told Ashley, I'm like, hey, you need to stop what you're doing. Stop tracking my location. Stop getting involved with my communication. You need to stop. And her response was, I don't know what you're talking about. So, with Jenna and Jordan, and the reason why I know she was bringing up summer 2010. So I spoke with more than 30 girls in summer 2010. I know this sounds really kind of silly and ridiculous that I'm sharing all these kind of information here, but I spoke with more than 30 females in summer 2010 on MySpace. I never had any like a conversation with Jenna and Jordan, like hey, what's up? Hey, I heard your mom is taking you to a soccer practice. Hey, do you guys want to hang out on the weekend? I never did any of that. Or I say, hey, I know you got practice in the morning. Do you want to spend time on the evening? I never did any of this shenanigans with her. But hear me out. I know this sounds silly, but I'm providing you with all this information. I never called her. I never texted her. I never went over her house. I met with her parents once, but that was end of middle school. I didn't do anything major. I never showed up for her at birthday party. I barely know this girl, but what I'm trying to tell you is that I had a conversation over and over with same females in summer 2010, 30 females, and I think half of those females I was having back-to-back conversation with them, like, hey, what's up, catching up on the conversation, or sometime, so I'm just providing you all this information, man. There was a girl 1 grade ahead of me. I was talking to her because she barely knew who I was. We had a conversation for about a few days. It lasted about for 5 days, because I told her I'm looking forward to meeting you, coming to the Valley Forge. She's like, yeah, that's awesome. It was one of those type of conversation. But Jenna and Jordan, hey, like I know this sounds really disrespectful and rude, but I'm gonna say this. These girls, in 2011, 2010, one thing I noticed about these girls were no personality. I didn't see any good personality whatsoever. Social skills were not strong. She had a bit of shyness, and the potential is there. Don't get me wrong, the potential is there, but the question I'm asking myself is like, why they never developed their skill set, like they didn't get exposure of the world, at a young age, like traveling, why? Because I mean, that's why I decided not to speak with her or hang out with her, because of her personality. I didn't see anything that stood out, So, but I mean, the reason why I say this, because she's gonna say, oh, he's obsessed with black and white colors and artistic bipolar disorder. But in reality, the reason why I'm not going out with her, I'm not calling her or texting her, because of I didn't see any social skills. I didn't see personality, sense of humor that I would like. I didn't see any of that. I just wanted to share that information. I didn't see any of that. So, and other girl, like by August 2012, I started going to different cities like Medina, Worcester, Lakewood, Avon Lake, Rocky River. I had a bigger pool of females that I had option with. So like. I'm providing you this information. With all that information is being said, Ashley and Patty, their friends came up to me. I couldn't give them control. It was affecting my social life, and I was like, yo, I have to socialize with friends. And here I am. It's March 2011. Wiz Khalifa's album just came out. Rolling Paper just came out, and I was kicked out of the cafeteria, and then they were constantly getting involved. And I remember I'm like, okay, what should I do? This has been a nightmare for me, because like I just told you I spoke with more than 30 females on MySpace in summer 2010, and here I am. These 7 girls are constantly getting involved with anything I do, and that was a nightmare for me, man. I'm like, oh my god, that the only thing I could look forward to is when the school year is gonna be over, but I'm giving you this. I mean, this happened to Harry Haas. He got so angry, he brought it on Twitter. It drove me crazy though. And this is why, because of this shenanigans, like people constantly having control and getting involved with my communication, I went on to speak with more than 4,000 females. I just kept going to different universities in 2012. I think I went to over 15 universities in 2012. So I'm just telling you right now, like this is like, I'm just telling you, like, this has been a nightmare for me, because like they're telling other people he's artistic, he's bipolar disorder, he's obsessed with color. But the real frustration was like, hey, because I know other guys, like guys in my hometown, George, Dalton, Mike, Dan, all those guys, they would fight. Those guys will fight if this was happening to them, because I just know it. Because I know their behavior, and they would literally get physically fight these female. Mine was verbally, because I couldn't give them control, man. Because every day it was about control, and I'm like, yo, man, let me. I barely know who you are. And you want control, So I couldn't give that, and I had to tell them, like, hey, back off, back off. So yeah, man, I mean, but with that, all this information that I provided you, I provided you who were these girls and what the timeline and the information, what they were doing to me. I'm asking you, do I have the right to carry this burden after 14 years later? 14 years ago was my freshman year high school started. Do I have to carry this burden? I can care less about someone wearing a black and white t-shirt. I can care less of it. I'm just providing you this information. What is a black and white is gonna do for me? In summer 2023, they were sending out a black and white cars. I said, what is that? What's so big deal out of that? This was in the summer 2023 in Clovis. So like, I'm giving you an example. What is that gonna do for me? This is, hey, Jenna and Jordan, she saw me fighting with those girls verbally, telling them that, hey, you need to stop getting involved with my driving school. You need to stop getting involved with my class. I'm going from classroom to classroom. I told those girls, I kept telling them, and eventually I got expelled in March of 2012. I got expelled though. So I couldn't give them control. It was about control that I couldn't give, yeah. But hey, bring this to an end, because by also attachment, like water bottle or electric scooter or EV bikes, all these things, like all these shenanigans. Hey man, it's ridiculous. I don't care. I can throw a water bottle in a garbage bag. I can buy a new one. This is all ridiculous. And to Joseph Kelly, first off, you gotta understand something. I'm just painting a big picture for you, because you made a big deal out of it for over a year. I'm finally addressing you. Joseph Kelly from Cedar Hill, Texas. Well, he's from Oklahoma. Hey, first off, United States is a capitalist society, and you're not. This is not run by dictatorship. So these enterprises have every free right to sell their products, such as Coke and Pepsi. If I was a president of a major university, of course I would allow Coca-Cola and Pepsi to compete. To take market share on the campus. And you're constantly showing me, Coke and Pepsi. I'm here to address this, because like, hey, if I don't address it, it's just the ignorance will continue, right? That's someone's personal decision, personal decision. Why should I get involved in it? They have every right to drink that, and again, those brands have every right to sell their products, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. It's not Afghanistan where you're gonna whip someone and say, I'm locking you up for 10 years, for you to drink Coca-Cola. This has been going on for so long, man. I mean, I'm just finally confronting you, with the chips and all these shenanigans. With that being said, but hey, what else? Hey, to going back to the trading community. Hey, also, hey, and I will talk about my cousin also. Because they're constantly sending me messages. Constantly sending me messages. Okay, so this is to Lance, Jack Kellogg, Bryce Tui. Hey, you can think for yourself. I'm just gonna provide you this information. Again, I know I'm talking really fast. Sandeep, I departed ways from him in August 2008. After that, I spoke to him in summer 2014 at Walmart for about 5 minutes. After that, it was in 2018, not more than 2 hours. And then 2021, I was with him for 2 hours. You know, no, for half a day in 2021. So I'm trying to tell you, and then Herman and Justin, I know you got them involved with Arby's post, popcorn post, and then Nathan's Christmas 2022. Christmas was spelled wrongly. So Harman and Justin, I was with them for 2 days in 2021 because I was trying to reach Jenna and Jordan. That's why I was there in Ohio, because I'm like, what's going on? Because at the time I was told that I was out to hurt Alex Tamays, and I wanted to reach out to Jenna and Jordan because I wanted to let her know, to tell him that, hey, I'm not trying to hurt him. I wanted to communicate with him what happened on March 1st, though. March 1st, 2020. But obviously they didn't want to communicate with me or have lunch with me. So that's why I was with the Herman and Justin. So before 2021, I haven't met with Herman and Justin since July 15, 2009. So you be the judge of it. I'm just leaving you all this information. So now what it looks like is that you guys believe, I'm going on an assumption here, I'm assuming, and I'm going on an assumption. You guys believe, and I'm pretty sure Sandeep is behind these ideas, believe that I have some kind of hatred or dislikes against my cousin Justin. So this is Justin's car right here. So I can only talk about her character from when she was a kid, under the age of 11 years old, when she was younger. She was very polite, kind, respectful, generous person when she was younger. That's all I can say about her. My father had problems with them, but that does not make it right that I should dislike someone based on my father's decision. And also, you should not condone hate and this hate towards someone. Like, just no. And I know other people will have biases, opinion towards my father, like, oh no, he didn't do anything wrong, but he hurted my mom, he hurted my siblings, so I have to forgive him, but I can't forget what he did to us. So Herman and Justin, they were always nice to me. No, this is more of a courtesy. No, I don't dislike or have hate against Justin, because you guys have been showing me her car constantly. No, I'm not. I don't have that. This is hey, to Sandeep, hey man, it was more about trust issues that we had between each other. I don't have a hatred against you. It was more about trust issues that we had, and I had to make a decision to depart ways, man. And you don't know me very well, and I'll just say this also. You know my father, but you don't know me, because by the age of 12, I started getting mentors, and by the age of 17, I had more mentors that I learned from, online mentors that I had. And it's the willing to learn and implement those philosophies into your life, though. The work that I did at the age of 17, I got the fruits when I was 20 years old. You don't know me, and you're constantly comparing me to my dad, and I had the opportunity to study about business school. I had the opportunity to learn from the great minds, so you don't know any information about that, and you're constantly talking about my dad and comparing me to him. He made a lot of poor decisions, and for me it was a burden, because I was always telling myself, don't become like dad. I had a godfather ever since before I was even born, and I spoke to him on and off until I was 20 years old. So you don't know any information about that, and you're constantly, because don't stir the pot, and don't start a fire between other individual. Jushin was always, again, I can only speak about, this is fair though, I can only speak about her character under the age of 11, when she was 11, because I was 14 in 2009. So I can only speak about that. They were nice, they were polite, and they were, they were very generous, great people overall. So I have to say that. Yeah, I had a good time with them. Yeah, they were like the closest thing to me about, if I wanted to have fun, they were the closest thing, because they were going to libraries, they wanted to go to Cedar Point, and it was fun. I enjoyed that time. Thank you, because they're the one who took me to Cedar Point when I was with them back in 2009. So hey, don't, because you're bringing embarrassment to them, and yeah, don't do that. So, and then yeah, you guys, the trading community, you guys can be judge of it, because I'm giving you guys the date. You guys, because like because Sandeep is saying, oh, I have hatred against my other cousins, but I haven't seen them since because this is where I'm getting shocked at. 2021 was out of a necessity, because I was trying to get hold of Jenna and Jordan so she could get hold of my investing club and bring this to an end. This is back in 2021, and before that was July 15, 2009, and with Sandeep was August 2008. We just stopped hanging out. We just stopped talking. So from 2008 to 2014, come on, man, you just be and then 2018. So I mean, this is, hey, listen, man, I mean, this is if I'm providing you all this information, this is a courtesy that you can do to me. Like, hey, don't treat me like artistic, okay? Because like, hey, in Buddhism, they talk about, and I follow this philosophy very, very strongly, is having attachment will never lead to any fulfillment or happiness. And I don't want attachment, I really don't. Anything that I own, I can expect to give it away, because you guys here, you guys are constantly showing me attachment, and I said this before. I don't have the title. Like, for example, I don't have titles to those cars though, because like, for example, Jordan, you're showing me the bug, right? The bug, but I don't have the title to that car to liquidate that liability and transfer it into cash though. I don't have. It would be nice though. It would be my dopamine rush. Another way of saying it, my dopamine rush will go higher and higher to know that the owner of that car given me the title, and the title I can go to DMV, put it on my name, and then sell it eventually, on Craigslist, and get like maybe $5,000 for it. That's more pleasurable than just seeing a car. Come on, I'm just providing you some information so you can have a better understanding. Hey, to Jenna and Jordan, hey, please, I'm asking you to do the right thing here. I don't know what Ashley and Patty told you, because think about it. Your father is white, right? Your father's white, but I know your father's a good guy, and I know he's not racist. But how fair? How is it right for me to say that your father is racist? Just to say that, oh, he dislikes black people. Oh, folks, he dislikes black people. How fair? I mean, but you're not giving him an opportunity to speak on his behalf and say, excuse me, guys, there have been a misunderstood. You're here. You are, you blindfoldedly, you followed Ashley and Patty, and I'm carrying this burden of I'm going on an assumption here. It could be bipolar disorder, color syndrome, and artistic. I don't know what is exactly being said about me, because when I get off the map, I'm gonna reach out to some people and say, the first thing I'm gonna do is, like, one of the first thing I'm looking forward to do is, what is being said about me? What is being said about me? I wanted to know, and hey, listen, it's not, I'm just asking you to do the right thing. To do the right thing, it will bring you happiness and fulfillment in your own life, and say, you know what, this feels good. I'm here to tell you, to Jenna and Jordan, you might want to watch this, make a new for the trading community, make a new clip of this. This is to Jenna and Jordan. I'm not gonna carry the burden what Ashley and Patty created, okay? Those girls were ignorances. If I was speaking with Bill and Michelle, this is what I would say to them. I spoke with Ashley and Patty not more than 3 times. I guarantee you, not more than 3 times. May of 2009, I spoke with Ashley. It was more like a hello and a hi conversation. She told me, you don't want to go to Valley Forge because those students over there have HIV and AIDS. I'm like, okay, great, cool. I don't know why she would say that, but that's what she said. But again, look at her mentality, you know, and this is the same person, hear me out, this is the same person who's making serious accusation. You know, you guys got offensive. Because you heard my conversation in the probation office. You got offensive because I told the 7 girls. This is before Jenna and Jordan. Out of 7 girls, 3 of them came from broken home. And by me saying that they came from broken home, I'm pretty much saying that they had a bad interaction with the world. And they're making serious accusation towards me, and it affected my life for years. I was overcoming my trauma in 2016. You know, what Ashley and Patty created back in 2010. So all I'm saying is, hey, how is this fair to me about the colors and about these even living off my offspring, that does not apply to me. I know that they didn't create that. Someone else is saying it. Sandeep is saying it because he knows my father. But all these accusations, you know, they're not true, and I'm paying the price for it. You know, I'm really, you know, I don't. Hey, listen, to Jenna and Jordan. Hey, you don't know this, but I'm okay. How do I put this? I value my social life. I value my social life so much that I had to change career. I never wanted to become an engineer. I never wanted to become like anything that takes away my freedom to socialize with other people. If people are not important in your life, who is then? What is it? Cars? Materialism? You know, a lot of I understand there are folks that are Gen Z in the late 90s that are born. They're living their life digitally. I understand that, and materialism is important to them, but that does not apply to me. The people in our community, your family, the individual's family, friends are the most important thing, I would say, that individual should value. Here you are. Listen, if this was a normal day, and if I could have it any way I want, I would probably get in my car, drive it to my friend's home, and have lunch with them. Why should I have lunch by myself when I can have it with my friend, you know, or with his family, you know? Listen, I don't know what Ashley and Patty said, but I'm making this video out of frustration. I'm not going to carry this burden any longer. You know, it's, again, you guys got upset. You guys got upset because I'm talking about them, and I said those girls, I knew what their problems were in their household. 2011, their household problems, and they had a bad interaction with the world, and these are the females are making serious accusation towards me that, hey, he's artistic, he's this and that. Here I am, like, okay, my location is being tracked, and I'm fighting back and say, hey, I can't give you this control because I want to have a good time. Jenna, you went on Twitter. You said in your senior year, your coach is ruining your senior year, right? My 4 year went to waste in high school. Because everybody values homecoming, prom. You know, everybody values being social, and I'm being very direct. Being with an opposite sex, though, if you're female, you want to be with a guy, a cute guy. If you're a guy, you want to be with a cute girl. You know, okay, that's understandable. I'm being very direct here. What gives you a right? I'm sorry, I'm being a little bit emotional. What gives you a right to have control over someone? Hey, if you speak with someone, I'm getting involved. And I'm telling them that you tomorrow we're black and white. Those girls were ignorances, and I fought with them. And by the way, to Jenna and Jordan, I went to Cleveland. I found no success whatsoever. I was on my knees crying in February of 2012 in Tri-C, trying to figure out, okay, how do I make friends? How do I make friends? For 4 months, I wandered around. This is Cleveland, Cleveland Heights, Lakewood, Tri-C, Middleborough. There's a university in Middleborough Heights. I forgot. I forgot the name of it. The university. I was over there, and I found no success for 4 months. And finally, I started getting result. What Ashley and Patty created, I fought like a mother, a mother would fight for his children. I fought because I'm like, okay, it's eating me inside. And this loneliness, I'm going to school and I can't speak with anybody. I couldn't give them control. I fought with them. In December 2011, to this day, today is September 24th, 2024, to this day, December 2011, which was the most peak level of my anger. You know, I couldn't give them control. I fought with those girls and I have no regrets whatsoever. No remorse, no regrets verbally. Because, hey, well, if somebody, but let me ask you this though. If somebody comes at your home, if somebody comes at your home, you can't fight with them back? Somebody just broke into your home. They wanted control and every day it was like a control. I kept it silent as a courtesy. I kept it silent, like, okay, being polite. November 2010 to July 2011, I kept it silent. Finally started speaking out. I'm letting you know to Jenna and Jordan, hey, and excuse me, and I'm just saying this because I'm being very direct here, and it's, you know, I'm being very direct here. You're operating your life with low intelligence. There has been time where you're showing me young girls, but you're showing me young girls. That's not gonna give me any orgasm. Let's just be real. So, but it's more effective. You see a attractive female. You talk to her. You go on a date. By date 3, date 4, you talk to her parents. Though, here you are saying that, hey, but this is my question to you. When you're showing me young girls, and this has been going on for so long, and I thought to myself, what happened in 2011? What happened in 2012? Gives you this view of me that I would want to seek sexual pleasure at the cost of another individual who's young, who's a minor. You know, I'm just confronting you because, hey, you're not, listen to me. I'm not gonna allow you to disrespect me though. I'm not. Everybody who's watching this, I'm not gonna allow you to disrespect me like this. It's been going on for so long, and you know this. I spoke out of frustration. I spoke out of frustration talking about your abortion the first time ever, because young girls were kept being sent out to me. And this is my question. Simple question. You can answer it for yourself. Your family can answer it. How can you explore your sexuality? How can you grow into your sexuality? Week 1, week 2, week 3, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. How can you grow into your sexuality and make progress and grow into it? You know, if you're committing crimes at a cost of a minor who is not an adult, his brain is still developing. A female's brain is still developing until the age of 23 years old. If you track, you can run this. There's been studies about this data. There's a data. Honestly, there's actually data. A female who's 17 years old, 16 years old, and she's making decisions. She's making decisions like money management decision, what she's gonna eat. You know, and then compare her decisions after she came out of a 4-year college, university, at the age of 23, 24. Compare those decisions, and you'll find out that when she's 24 years old, her decisions are more effective. Responsible, obligations, meeting all those expectations. So, hey, again, I'm just here to confront you. You're operating your life with a low intelligence, and you're gonna disrespect me and make accusation that, hey, I'm gonna seek sexual pleasure. But hear me out. Seek sexual pleasure at the cost of a minor. And you can destroy someone's life by seeking these sexual pleasures though. You know, sexuality is a beautiful thing, and every individual, when I see a young girl, and I'll be honest, even a young girl under my leadership, that young girl has every right to live her life and explore her sexuality at appropriate age when she's an adult. but you're disrespecting me, and that's not okay. That's not okay. Like, hey, don't do that to me. Then I should go. Then do I have a right to talk about your abortion? Do I have a right about talk about, like, hey, Dale went to National Guard. You seeing different guys? I'm not talking about that. Hey, please don't disrespect me, because this has been going on for so long, and it's very emotional. It's very emotional, and you can look at the past and you say, wow, he got really emotional. Like, I mean, because you're making accusation, and this is and it's very disrespectful. Like, hey, that it's just completely wrong. It's like completely wrong. Like, hey, like. And it's also a crime. You can look at it from multiple perspectives. One, you're gonna destroy someone's cause someone trauma. Second, it's against the law. I mean, I'm not even gonna get into it, but hey, showing me young girls, it's just like, what the fuck? I mean, like, why not bring girls that are 24 years old, 25 years old, and have them pose in front of me? And this has been going on for so long, and I'm confronting you because, like, I'm asking myself, like, what did I do when I was 17 or 16 years old? Did I took advantage of someone? Lisa was just a friend. I know when I'm picking up my drink from Starbucks, the name Cynthia and Lisa comes up all the time, though. You're sending me those messages. I know that. Hey, don't disrespect me like that, okay? Because, like, hey, you did it. Like, I'm just being very direct with you. Don't take it the wrong way. You didn't pursue education at a higher level. You didn't, and here you are making accusation and assumption about an individual where you barely know them. This is, like, I mean, like, hey, like, I don't necessarily think you're a bad person, but I think you're operating your life at a low intelligence, though. Hey, I'm gonna jeopardize my future, and I'm thinking 70 years far to have a relationship with a minor, and when you're fully aware that relationship won't go 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, like, what the this is I mean, like just insane. Like, hey, you and I'm also, this does not apply to me, and I have to say this. When I was 11 years old or 10 years old, I was getting the exposure of the world. I was getting out of my comfort zone, and I was developing my what's it called, just my mental muscles. You was 15 years old when I said, hey, this girl has no personality. So please, like, I'm not trying to be rude here, but, like, hey, just because your interaction with the world was different, it does not apply to me. You don't know my story. You don't know what the folks in our hometown did for me. You don't know any of that information. Why I'm not in jail? Why I'm not on drugs? Why do I have a growth mindset? You don't know any information of that. Only information you know is what Ashley and Patty provided, and those girls were ignorant. They were ignorant, and they were speaking reckless. The accusation that they made, it ruined my 4 years of high school. 4 years. Hey, this is ridiculous. Like, ridiculous. I have to confront you because, like, hey, this is, hey, to the trading community, hey, please, man. I mean, just bring this to an end, man. I mean, like, hey, I brought this guy, Ariel Castro, a monster, right? I brought him up multiple times. I brought it up on May 5th, right, before my arrest was gonna happen. But I'm here to ask you, who would be okay with this? When you lose your freedom, like think about it. Just observe right now. If someone loses their freedom, a male loses their freedom. John McCain lost his freedom for 5 years, right? In the enemy's prisons he was at. All I'm saying is, no one will be okay with it. Like, I'm gonna give up everything because this is to the trading community. You know how you guys send me messages? That you guys want to file a case against me in my 40s? I wasted 8 years, man. 8 years, 4 years here, 4 years in high school, man. I know what this comes at a cost. This is what I was trying to tell Alex Bristow, Evan, Chris, Jack, Mari, Kyle Williams, Lance. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This thing, when these operate, I've been here before. I've been here before. This thing comes at a cost of a privacy and a betrayal. I still, as an adult, I still have trust issues, man. I still have trust issues because I dealt with betrayal in high school, So hey, just don't, hey, just like, I mean, this is ridiculous, like all this is shenanigans because you to get to know it's better to, if you spend like a day with someone, you talk to them and you talk about certain subject, you will have a better understanding. And I wish Jenna and Jordan, I wish you had spent time with me so you can have a better understanding. And I could have provided value to your life though. But blindfoldedly listening to Ashley and Patty, that's not really effective though. Because those girls, they barely knew who I was. And I spoke with Ashley and Patty not more than 3 times in my middle school. So the information that you have, I know it came from Ashley and Patty though. So, like, hey, you don't know me very well. And here I am having to deal with ignorances every single day, hey, like, hey, you can do better than this, like, hey, ignorance is nothing great. I've been observing behaviors for so long. Nothing good will come out of ignorances. Nothing, nothing, just like my father had a bad relationship with my cousin, Herman and Justin and their family. But that's not, that doesn't apply to me. They treated me good. They were nice to me, and I'm saying it. I'm being fair. I'm saying that they treated me good, and I like them back. It's been many years back. It's been a while though. But hey, like what you guys are. My point is what you guys are doing every day. This stirring the pot, assumption, and making accusation. It's just it's gonna be frustrating to any individual. Hey, to Lance. Jack Kellogg, Bryce Tui, all you guys are watching this, Matt, all of you guys are watching this, Roland Wolf, all you guys are watching this. Hey man, I'm not asking you to support me, man. I'm not asking you to support me at all. I'm asking you to do the right thing and have empathy about an individual that, hey, you got your rest of your life ahead of you. You wasted 4 years. You haven't, because this proves it. I haven't even filed my taxes. So how there's a record right there. I haven't even filed my taxes. What does that tell you? That, hey, I have to move on with this, man. I mean, like my decision is I don't want to ever come across the path with Alex Tamez, Bao, or guys like Joseph Kelly, because they could find solution. In summer 2021, they knew I was in Fresno, and my state was all time bad, and I was in so much pain. The only thing I would go to twice to church. Because it was so much, I was in so much pain. Whatever they were doing with the voodoo dolls, I was in pain. I was in pain from February of 2021 all the way to April of 2022, all the way. So about 13 months I was in pain. Whatever 14 months I was in pain. Whatever the voodoo dolls they were doing, because they increased the stress level very high, and I was unable to make decisions for myself though. I've been through hell, man. They already got hold of the Hispanic pastor in St. George. They already got hold of the Navajo female and the grandma that I stayed with on the Navajo reservation on the ranch. You can ask them. Hey man, I want to get out of this situation very bad. It's been a nightmare for me. Please bring this to an end, man. I'm asking you to bring this to an end. It's been a nightmare. I mean, yeah. Cause hey, every day you guys are showing me attachment and trying to show me this has to stop, man. This has to stop. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to provide all this information. Sorry. I apologize if I got emotional, but I had to confront the ignorances. I believe that you should not speak. You should not be afraid of speaking out the truth. If you see something that's wrong, speak out. Speak out and say, hey, this is not part of my value and this is wrong. And you can destroy someone's life by doing these type of actions. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. Yeah. Hey man, one last thing. If somebody can make a new clip of it, I know this is getting to the end and some folks won't get the opportunity to watch this, but hey man, hey, I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. A lot of things contribute to my growth, because this is more of a Malcolm Gladwell would say, the year, the time that I was born in, September 1st, 94, and the influence I got, Hinduism, Sikhism, Christianity, Buddhism, and the place that I grew up at, Cleveland, Ohio, the small town in Parma, Ohio, and the folks that was there 20 years ago. All, if you combine all these things, man, I'm just pointing out a few things, you know. Really, man, I couldn't ask for a better, you know, upbringing, you know. Hey, please, I'm just asking you to don't, what will you get out of it if you make accusations? And I'm asking you to stop, you know, bipolar disorder or artistic and color syndrome. I was honest with you guys, and I let the cat out of the bag. And saying that in the Punjabi culture, color of a skin is very like it's very important, and if you speak with like anybody, they will judge you based on your color of skin. I'm so sorry to say that, but it's just the truth. But my point of is bringing awareness. And yes, we do. When I was younger, I had a habit of wearing only certain colors, like green, navy blue, and then gray. It's a habit. You see a consistent habit of it. In 2000, if you look at the picture, I'll show you a picture. In 7th grade, I took a picture. I took a picture wearing a white t-shirt. It didn't came out good, but we've been told this already at a young age, like, hey, don't wear certain colors like that, because especially when you're going to wedding, and in the wedding you're supposed to look good for other people, and it's just what we're taught. And I'm so sorry. And I told this to the African American community, and the parents also. The girl that I was with, I told their parents, and they're like, we know this. I'm like, yeah, I told them the whole thing. I said, yeah, this is what happens, you know. And yeah, but I think it's more about bringing awareness, and then telling people that, hey, this is what we were told by the last generation of people, what we were told. So yeah, but yeah, man, that's why, I mean, I'm just trying to bring understanding, because Ashley and Patty, Jenna and Jordan, they're constantly